An agent comes to me and says, I want to make $300,000 this year. Great. Here's exactly how you do it. And then Monday morning, they're not in the office at 8 a.m. So what I get them to realize is we hit our values 100% of the time with exact precision across the board, no exceptions. And what I mean by that is you don't value $300,000. You value not being here Monday morning. When you say, I want to be the healthiest, most powerful version of myself, and then you're putting something into your body that is in direct conflict with what you just said you valued, you don't value being powerful and healthy. You value what you're putting into your mouth.
Damn.
Your life, my life, and I am a work in progress, Jack, period. I am not sitting on a pedestal saying this shit like I figured it out. I'm just telling you what is true. You better get in alignment with what you value in this world.
Hey, Jack Lehr here down in Lehr's Lair. I have this amazing guest with me. I've been waiting to get his ass on this show, begging, pleading, doing whatever's necessary, sending smoke signals all the way to Utah. Justin Nelson, baby.
I've been busy, Jack, but I'm always here for you. And I just felt like now was the right time. Now was the time that we needed to get together. We both had some ups and downs last year. I had some tremendous downs and now we're on the up. I feel amazing about where I'm at. So I think it's perfect timing that I'm having this conversation with you.
I love it. And guess what? We've all had downs. We've all had ups. We've had neutral living. We've had all these different things that happen in our life, and it's adjusting to it and changing that mindset shift. And that's the one thing that I want to talk about, Justin. But first, a little bit about you. Like, you're the leader of the Utah Life Real Estate Group out in Utah, right?
Yeah, we're one of the top teams in the country, and we have one of the most extraordinary real estate teams that exists in the industry. Every quarter, we have 30 to 40 of the top teams in the United States fly to Utah to shadow us, to see our team meetings, to see our performance coaching, to see our standards, our values, our lead generation. So what we're doing here in Utah is pretty special.
So I can attest to that. We came out and sat in that room and we're just blown away. And that was back in last summer of 2022, early in the summer, I believe it was. And even from then, you guys have transitioned and made adjustments because, everything from market shifts to mindset shifts.
Yeah, it takes, first and foremost, a personal responsibility to train yourself as a leader, to train your mindset. And what I found, I've been a performance coach for the last 15 years. I was with Tony Robbins for 5 of those years. I was his top speaker, traveled the world, and I trained every organization that you can imagine on mindset, belief system, emotional state, identity, wealth creation, business ownership, the stuff that really matters. And what I found, and Jack, you've been there, I've been there, sometimes we pretend to do the work. Oh, I know that. I've read that book. Okay, what did you do today? What did you do yesterday? And when we had our struggles last year, Jack, and we had our struggles, the market went down 40% seemingly overnight. We should have all seen it coming. And I think we knew it was coming, but we didn't maybe realize it was going to be like, oh, it's completely changed now.
Yeah.
And the first thing we all had to do as an organization to rise up is take personal responsibility for who we are as people, who we are as leaders, and how we're really taking care of ourselves to arm ourselves.
Yeah. And I think, and I just want to give a little bit more context to what Justin's about. So he's more than just a speaker. He's a partner with Spring Benson and Spring Bee Coaching as well, along with the team. You're owner of a title company. You're a top performance strategist. Certainly probably one of the top things in your world is that you're a family man. And it's very apparent in your social media posts, and just this human that's super self-aware. But I want to share with how I met you. Okay.
I love this. Let's go.
So we got invited to speak with Spring and a few other folks down at 𝐥𝐤𝐬 down in Mexico. And they saved the best for last. That was me and Sarah. I'm just picking.
And taking the stage and just crushing it. Yes, I remember.
But I think the most beautiful part was we went into this room and I didn't know you.
Yeah.
I knew Spring, Joe, and a few other folks, but I didn't really know anybody. And like, I'm big in the Tom Ferry world, so I knew a lot of those folks, but I just didn't know the people in your world. And that's why this world is it's a very small world that we live in, the real estate. But it's also, there's a grandness to it. And I came into this room just thinking, okay, not sure what this is about. And there's this guy that gets up there and he's leading it. And like, I'm always a little suspect because I just want to know, I don't know this person. He has so much fucking energy. The guy is just off the charts, and he's making us stand up and wave our fingers and breathe and yell and shout. And I'm going, what the hell's going on? And I'm like, yeah, he's definitely a Tony Robbins trained guy, but just not knowing you.
Yeah.
And the thing that happened was there was a transformation that took place in my lid, and certainly Sarah, because we sat, because we're always like a little skeptical. I just don't know this person. I don't know what he's about. But by the end of it, and certainly actually, well, towards the end of day one, I was like, fuck, this guy is just unbelievable. But by the end of it, we got to know you a little bit better, spent a little time with you. And I was like, holy shit, real effing deal. There's probably very few people like Justin Nelson out there in this world. And then to have the, I'm truly blessing to be aligned in some little bit of thinking alike, a little bit,
Absolutely.
maybe a little bit more than a little, but just, we matched up a lot. And I was like, damn, I got to get to know this guy.
Yeah. Jack, I just got chills, and a compliment like that. Thank you. 6 months ago, I might not have felt worthy of it. But in doing a lot of reflection over last year and this year, our success, our failures, where I've been, where I've come from, I've realized that I put in the work, man. Like, I believe right now I'm one of the best speakers on the planet. And that doesn't come from me going to a seminar or reading a book. It comes from me speaking thousands of times.
Yeah.
And I would say at this point across the country, 3,000 plus times being a keynote speaker. And in those 3,000 times, you know how I prepare, Jack. It's insane. It puts a hindrance on my life. I don't sleep very much. It puts strain on my relationship with my wife and my kids because I'm up at 4 a.m. practicing and training and writing and role playing with myself. And so it hit me this year, man. I've done the 10,000 hours.
Yeah.
I've done the 10,000 hours, and a few thousand of those hours were painful. I remember being on stage and wanting to cry, shaking, out of breath, driving home, flying home, and feeling like a failure. And I'm like, you know what? I've earned this. I'm doing pretty good right now. So when you say that and you recognize those qualities in me, I'm finally at a place that I can really take the compliment and believe it. So thank you, man. I appreciate that.
And this wasn't somebody saying, oh my gosh, you got to know Justin. Like Spring promotes a living crap out. He said, oh, Justin's a real deal. Listen, when Spring says Justin's a real mother effing deal, like, take her word for it. And this was me coming into a room, just not really, I just wanted to like absorb. And I think that's I shared recently, like a superpower of mine recently is just getting super humble and going into a room and learning.
Wow.
So I can bring it back to teach. And before I didn't do that, I would go into a room thinking I knew everything. Or I could gain a little bit.
Jack, I see you in a room taking it all in. And it's interesting. We're at a lot of the same events, a lot of the same masterminds. And then I see you on social media. I'm like, damn, he's at another one. He's at another one. But here's the thing. You're not just a fly on the wall. You're really soaking it in. And the amazing thing about that, Jack, is we don't hear stuff we don't already know. Like, I have 5 coaches right now. Not one of them tells me something I don't know. But I'm paying a shit ton of money to be coached by them. So I might as well put it into action. I might as well not be like, oh, I know that. Why am I paying for this? I might as well take a heart check and say, yeah, I know this, but am I executing it? Because that is a massive difference. Jack, I wanted to say one thing too. You mentioned I'm a family man. That wasn't always the case, man. I'm 42 years old. At 36 years old, I was single. And I met my wife, and I was just a bachelor traveling the world, speaking, coaching, training, living in every city that you can imagine. And my beautiful wife fought for me and fought for our relationship. And brought me back to Utah, and she has two amazing children, and now I have two amazing children, and I have two amazing dogs and a beautiful home, and all of this success that I'm having comes from that responsibility of being a family man. It raised my whole life and my whole spirit up. So like really who I am is not a performance coach and a team leader and an owner of a few companies. I've come down to like believe that I am my son's coach and best friend. I am my 17-year-old daughter's emotional rock, and I will be that forever.
Yeah.
And I am my wife's partner and friend. And because I'm all of those things, I've been able to experience some pretty amazing professional success as well.
I think that what you just shared there really sums up the heart of Justin, like who he is as a human. And again, it shines through. So before after we came back from Mexico, I said, can I jump on a call with you, a Zoom call? And you were kind of like, what's the purpose? I don't know if you knew that I was like, this guy's like all incredibly special. I don't know if you didn't value yourself as much as I valued wanting to get to know you. I have no idea where you were in your life. And then like I connected you with somebody in my world that helped you understand yourself at a little bit higher level as far as, these incredible powers that you have. Mm-hmm. And maybe that helped you somehow. I don't know, but it helped me step into some powers that I didn't think I had. And maybe some more confidence.
Yeah.
But I just,
Yeah. And what's her name, Jack? I remember meeting with
Kay Fairchild. Yep.
Yeah. She was phenomenal. I had a couple meetings with her, and at a very deep level, she realized that I was meant for more, and we're all meant for more. But I think sometimes we make some choices that aren't in alignment with that.
Okay.
And, a lot of when people tell you you're meant for more and what I loved about her is that I believed her. There was no like bullshit in her. Like she was like staring me dead in the eyes, and I felt like, oh, this woman's telling me the truth. Yeah. And Jack, but I think it was more than that. Spring and I are partners in a few different companies, and she said something one time that it never left me. She said, you need two people to believe in you. First, you have to believe in yourself. And you need somebody else to believe in you when you don't believe in yourself. And what I've noticed is those people are all around, man. Like Jack, you've been that for a few times in me in my life. Maybe you saw something that I couldn't see. So my wife is that for me all the time. She probably sees a lot of faults in me, like, oh shit, I got to step up. I got to, like she sees the real me. But like these people are all around us, and they're seeing amazing things in who we are. And sometimes we just got to believe them, believe them. If you respect someone's energy and who they are and their character, and they're saying something to you, believe them and run with it.
Yeah. So at that event down in Mexico that Spring ran, that you were the MC, and you ran it, but it's Spring's event. And that's the biggest takeaway that I really brought back. Like I brought a ton of great stuff back, but I believe that finding someone else to believe in you when you don't believe in yourself, and so, finding somebody that you respect, trust, and admire that will believe in you. And then, sometimes it's that person way before ourselves.
It probably always is. Honestly, I don't know. Somebody had to believe in us, so it's like the chicken before the egg. Who the hell knows? But I really believe we don't do it all on our own. And those different people are all around us and come in and out of our life. Some stay for a while, some stay for a short visit. But sometimes you have to see yourself in the way other people see you.
So let's get into a little bit about like your team and what you're doing, because there's some folks that listen to this that do have teams, and they're growing their teams, or they want to stay at a certain level, or whatever it is for them. But you guys have made some huge adjustments in growing your team in a downturning market when it dropped 40%. Like, how do you deal with that?
Well, I think you have a couple choices. I think you retreat, stay the same, wonder about the old days and reminisce and talk about how it used to be. or you change. And I'm not just talking about changing, you have to get better. And fortunately or unfortunately, getting better usually requires discipline, pain, adjustments, parting with people, making different decisions. And Spring and I spent well over $350,000 on coaching last year. And most of it came from outside of the real estate industry. Why are we taking advice from things that are broken? You know, like, why are we taking advice from real estate teams that are messy? We're not in this for the ego. We're not in this for agent count. We're not in this for production. We're in this for money. And so we started looking at other industries and other coaches that could really advise us and help us and consult with us and say, here are the gaps, here are the problems. And how they revealed that truth to us is by asking us quality questions. You know, I think we all as leaders have to self-discover the truth. Self-discover, where are you falling short? What responsibility do you have? And think about the word responsibility. It's how you're going to respond. You know, that's what leadership is you respond in a very quality way when things go bad, when things go good, when things are amazing. And for 2 years, Spring and I were printing money. We were closing more deals. Every month was getting better. Oh my God, this is never going to end. Our only problem is, how are we going to get all these offers accepted? And then we got that down to a science and we just started crushing everyone. And then the market dropped by 40% and it revealed a lot of our weaknesses. And I'm going to be super honest, it revealed all of my weaknesses. I was coasting, man. I was showing up, I was doing the work, I was the hype man, but I had to get really good at a few things: systems, accountability, standards. And we had a hard few months where I made zero money. You know, for zero money from Utah Life Real Estate came to me. I don't have a salary. I'm a partner in this company. And we made some hard decisions about consequences, standards, and values, and recruiting, and who we're letting go of, who we're bringing onto the team. And we believed we would make it. And what ended up happening is we had the best December that we've ever had. We doubled our business January over January. We doubled our business February over February. And March will be the best month that Utah Life Real Estate has ever had in the history of Utah Life Real Estate. And I think I can point directly to two things. Number one is personal responsibility by the leadership, and understand that it is 100% my fault. If an agent comes into my office and they have a problem, that is my fault. How did I create that? If they don't show up to team meeting or role play, that is my fault. How can I change? Taking personal responsibility for you getting better. It's not about you being perfect, but it's about you responding in a powerful way, in a quality way, and getting better. The second thing is this, and if you just take this away from me today, that's all you need. Fall in love with sales. Real estate agents are struggling, salespeople are not. And when I say fall in love with sales, speak the truth and act the truth. Stop talking about CRMs and then not using it 100% of the time. Stop talking about conversations and then not being willing to have 30 conversations a day. We have doubled our business, but I'm going to tell you how we did it. We had 22,000 real estate conversations in the month of February, and there's only 28 damn days in February. So if you want some secret formula, how to double your business, double your real estate conversations. Our agents are here at 8 a.m. every morning, script and role play. We talk values every single day. An agent comes to me and says, I want to make $300,000 this year. Great. Here's exactly how you do it. And then Monday morning, they're not in the office at 8 a.m. So what I get them to realize is we hit our values 100% of the time with exact precision across the board, no exceptions. And what I mean by that is you don't value $300,000. You value not being here Monday morning. When you say, I want to be the healthiest, most powerful version of myself, and then you're putting something into your body that is in direct conflict with what you just said you valued, you don't value being powerful and healthy. You value what you're putting into your mouth.
Damn.
Your life, my life, and I am a work in progress, Jack, period. I am not sitting on a pedestal saying this shit like I figured it out. I'm just telling you what is true. You better get in alignment with what you value in this world.
I love this, Justin. And we were talking a little bit prior to the podcast here, and the values is a huge part of it, like, but the principles as well, right?
Yes. We went from a relationship-driven team, and we've went from 7 agents, 7 to 10 agents, somewhere in that vicinity when Spring and I started to partner. We're now at 79 agents today. And we did that in just over 2 years. And trust me, whoever owns a brokerage and whoever owns a team right here, if you are running your company based on relationships and emotions, that is going to be the messiest business that you could ever run. And when we were at 30 agents, it was challenging. But now that we're at 80 agents, it's great. And what I mean by that is decide on the principles, the values, the expectations, the consequences to be in your world. And here's the thing, Jack, there are standards to be in relationships with us. I have a standard that I have to uphold to be in a relationship with my wife. And how shitty of me to own a company and then not have standards to be in relationship with me. I am not responsible for their success, period, but I am responsible for this environment. I am responsible to give them the most powerful vehicle for them to be successful and for them to make whatever amount of money that they want to make. And that has to be driven on standards and principles. And that is things like how many appointments met, how many conversations, how many days in the office, are you attending team meeting? And I could go through this whole long list of things. But if you're going to say that you have a value in your company, please, please uphold it. It will be the most challenging thing that you ever do, and you will lose agents, but you're going to find the right ones.
Yeah, I think the big thing is that you started with 7 agents, you're at close to 80 agents. And guess what? Back in June, there's probably a huge difference between the number of agents that were there and are here today, because you're bringing people into your world constantly. But guess what? There's people who fall out of alignment. They don't live up to their own standards. They certainly don't live up to the team standards. Yeah. And this is something that most people, including me, and I think you shared with me what you and Spring had done in the past, is, hey, Sarah, oh my gosh, Agent A, I just feel like they're doing such a great job. I can see it in their eyes. Well, no, we hear this with the bullshit we tell ourselves, right? Yeah. And I'll say, oh yeah. Oh my gosh. And this agent, like, they're doing that. And then I think the biggest thing when I came out there to visit with you guys in June of last year for 𝐥𝐸𝐬 training is that Spring's husband, Brian, said, like, I thought it was just about tracking numbers. And he goes, no, this is a leadership thing. Like, just change your mindset. Please be open to this. This is about leadership. And that's the one thing that really 𝐥𝐸𝐬, that conference, and then going into your room and bringing it back, like, we just really, it transformed us. It took a little bit for us to get into everything 𝐥𝐸𝐬, but my goodness, when we show up on a morning, every morning, everybody's like 47 calls, 13 connections, 2 appointments set, 1 contract written, 1 ratified, and everybody's there. And you guys do the clap and have that fun. We just do it a little different. We go around. We don't let them get into details. They just go through and give their stuff. And you'll hear this. Hey, I didn't hit my call goal yesterday, but I'm going to make up for it today. And all of us in the room are sitting there going, okay, we'll see. Nobody's judging you. But when you show up tomorrow and you didn't hit your call goal, leadership doesn't have to do it. Your teammates do it for you.
Oh gosh, Jack, you just said so much there. I would love to unpack all of that. There's a few things you said, Spring, and I feelings like, oh, I feel like this agent's doing great. And I feel like they're going to do better. come to our tactical meetings. They're with Spring and I, they're 90 minutes every Monday, then they're 10 minutes every day. This eliminates all of our confusion, eliminates all of our conversations, eliminates all of our back and forth. We have legitimate tactical meetings where we make data-driven decisions. And we do not say things like, I feel. Oh my gosh, I feel like we're going to have a great month. I feel like these agents are doing better. When it comes to business, when it comes to profit, our feelings do not matter. We have to make decisions based on data. And that is what the power of 𝐸𝐸. And I'm not here to promote 𝐸𝐸, but I would think it is going to be very challenging for a team or brokerage to compete against a team and brokerage that is ran on 𝐸𝐸.
Well, again, you can do it with spreadsheets and take more time to do it. But as long as you have the correct data being reported and at your fingertips, then you can certainly do it. 𝐸𝐸 just makes it a little bit easier, but there's definitely plenty of people doing it the old-fashioned way.
And I'm great with it. I love our world because out of a click of a button, I can train 80 agents right now on conversion, appointment set, appointments met, ROI, lead generation. I'm good. Let's play. So we ranked our agents on cultural fit and production. It's what the Navy SEALs do, teamwork and performance. And if you score high in those two categories, you can become a Navy SEAL. And they actually look at teamwork way above performance. The Navy SEALs will take teamwork over a lone performer any day of the week. And that is the same thing for us. We're looking for people that want to be a part of something, contribute, that want to make money, that want to take care of real estate, but not take care of all the admin and so on. And we're ranking our agents, and Spring's like, oh, a 10. And I'm like, oh, a 3. I'm like, how are you a 10 and I'm a 3, or vice versa? And we were basing it on our feelings. And so one of the things we noticed about teams is they don't really know their standards. And when you ask them, they'll be like, well, this and this and this and this. And I'm like, okay, little confusing, little long. Could I go ask all of your agents right now, and could they repeat just what you just said? And the truth is no. So here's our standard. This is our minimum standard. 1 appointment met a week. Now, some might be like, oh my gosh, that's so low. That's such a low expectation. Well, that's our minimum standard. Okay, we have people on our team doing well over 50 transactions a year. We have people doing 12 transactions a year.
Yeah.
But here's what we know. If they meet 1 real estate appointment a week, that's 52 appointments in a year. If they have the worst conversion rate that ever existed in the history of real estate, they're closing 12 deals a year. They're making somewhere between $60,000, $90,000 a year. Mm-hmm. Well, National Association of Realtors came out with their study last year saying that 92% of all real estate agents in the United States sold less than 4 homes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, agents need quality. Agents need leadership. They're starving for it right here. They're starving for it right now in our industry because there are so many agents out there right now that want to have an amazing life and have a systematic career where they're making 120, 150, 170. Let's go. I really believe in our value proposition because I just see it working all around me. And there's some people on this team making serious money, and they're doing it with leverage.
Yeah. And I think the thing is, they do it for their reasons, not ours, because there's people in your team that 500,000 isn't a lot of money and they need to be at $1 million. There's people that think that, $40,000, my gosh, if I can make $40,000. And I gotta tell you, I sat across the table from many people that we've interviewed and said, if I can make $50,000 in 5 years from now in real estate, I'll be loving life. And I kind of giggle and I go, if you aren't doing that by the end of year 1, you're probably not going to be with us. We'll have fun with them. But that's the reality. Stop painting other people's pictures, right? And
I love that.
We need the 12s a year, and we need the 50 a years and the 100 a year, whatever that is.
Yeah.
If you have
That'd be one of the cool things about you, like you're so graceful. Even our conversation last night, hey man, we're just going to be having a conversation. Justin, don't over prepare. Don't do your thing that you always do with breath work and writing it out. Just come and let's have a conversation. And Jack, I don't know if this came through maturity or self-awareness. Self-awareness is like the highest form of wealth creation. If you don't got some self-awareness, man, you're not going to create some fulfillment and some money. And I just sense the self-awareness in you, the emotional intelligence. And what's cool is I think you're getting really great at letting people shine. You know, like you're like, hey man, what's great about you? Hey, let's dive into that. What can I learn from you? And I don't know if you were always that way, but I really sense that being one of your superpowers right now.
I get there's been a few, it's funny because Sarah's in the out here and Shane and our huge studio audience. Hey folks, how you doing out there? Justin, like, I think it's super beautiful because like I do look at Sarah from time to time and she's got this look and the emotion comes flying through and I hear some stuff and I'm going like I'm taking notes. Like I'm selfish as F. Yeah. I'm really not, but I'm going to take notes that's going to help others in my world. Yeah. So I love this stuff that we're talking about. I learned so much already. I think we could go another like 80, 90 years worth of podcast, but we'll go another 20 minutes or so. I'm loving this, but I'm getting so much. And Sarah's got these smiles and got this emotional little look here on occasion. And it just makes it's just so beautiful hearing the way you articulate and the things you share. There's just so much deep inside of Justin. I'm super great. Again, I'm a little bit of ass kissing, but here's the thing. It's well deserved.
Well, thank you. And man, I'm hitting some flow states in my life where it's just pouring out of me and never before. And I'm like, what is happening? It's like out of body experiences where I'm just ranting on leadership and accountability and principles. And it's just like, this is true. This is true. This is true. And what I realized, it's everything that I've been shoving into my brain for 20 years. Like I was that weird high school kid that's like, why are we on this planet? Who are human beings? Like, what is going on with us? Like, why do we have these jobs? Like, and I just went on this mission of just taking in content, spirituality and who we are, living in the now, like, where did we come from? And now it's interesting. Now that I own these companies, it's like all of those laws of the universe, laws of success, are just so in alignment with business and relationships and leadership. And what I've come to realize is the truth is always the truth. If you want an amazing relationship, it takes fucking consistency. Period. End of story. And we're all looking for this flashy new object. All of these real estate coaches are selling ways to not work. Here's a way to make money and you don't have to work. And it's just smoke and mirrors. Yeah. Really what the principles of this life in this universe is have a vision, have a plan, and never stop. Be consistent. Be consistent in your discipline. I have a team of 80 people and I'm running script and role play 8 a.m. Monday morning. Now, challenge me if you're out there, but I don't know of any other team owners that have a team of 80 that are running script and role play Monday at 8 a.m., but I am consistent. I am not going to fall into that trap that I fell into last year where I had 3 of the hardest months of my life where I was questioning everything. And guess how I was showing up? I was showing up like a shitty leader because money was coming in, everything was good. And all of a sudden, these little things started to slide. These principles, these consistency. Oh, I can have somebody else run that. I can have somebody else do that. Money's just pouring in. Yeah. It's consistency. And it comes consistency with the laws of sales, systems, accountability, conversations, skill set. Presenting your business every single week to somebody that you're kind of scared of. Like go back to the principles of sales and you will never worry about money for the rest of your life. I love when Spring Benson talks with so much certainty. My partner, she's given me so much certainty in my life. She was a hairdresser at 21 years old. She's been in the business 19, 20 years. She used to sell 250 homes by herself a year. And this is what she said. Do you know how many times I've worried about money since I've been in real estate? Exactly 0 times. And she is the most consistent person you will meet. You might see her on vacation or on social media, but I understand what time she woke up. I understood that she put in a full 8 hours of work before she was sitting on that beach. It requires consistency in all aspects of life. And if you're ever looking for that shiny object or the solution, gut check yourself. What did you do yesterday? Because everyone can talk about what they're going to do tomorrow. Everyone can talk about their goals in 2023. I'm doing open houses. I'm doing this. I'm raising my skill set. What did you do yesterday? It's the only thing that matters.
I love this, Justin. So I'm going to give you a scenario, and you have an agent on your team. They're beautiful. They show up, like, the heart's beautiful. They're just a beautiful human. They're a great teammate. They test extremely high on the teamwork side of things. Performance not so high. But they're putting in all the energy and effort. Like, they're working alongside their teammates, and they're not hitting the production that they should be hitting. And you're thinking, oh my gosh, this person should be doing at least 30 to 50 deals a year. And they're doing, one or two here and there, but they're just not getting it. And they're making their calls, and they're having conversations, and they're getting appointments, and it's just not happening. How do you coach someone like that?
Oh, well, Jack, we could spend 5 hours on this. Let me give you the basics. First of all, you're never coming from a place of judgment. And if you ever start asking questions like why, you are judging. When you are coaching somebody, you are either being curious or critical. And so what I do, first of all, you have to set a highest standard. Hey, man, I love you. I hope you know I love you. And would you agree that the best way that I can serve you and your family is for you to make money? Absolutely. Cool. So I'm going to give you some principles here of how to make money, of how have I made money. Deal? Great. Lay them out. Cool. Now, how much money do you want to make? Great. Would you agree, and back and forth, that this is the plan to make it happen? Absolutely. Cool. Are you committed to this plan over the next 7 days? Yes. Cool. Then we meet in 7 days, and then I help them self-discover. Hey, what did you do amazing? Cool. Where did you fall short? These are not why questions. They're not judgment questions. They're not judging their character or who they are as a human being. Because I can't sit here on my high horse at 42 years old, not acting like I wasn't a dipshit like 40 times in my life and failed. Yeah. We got to meet people where they are, and they're struggling emotionally. They're struggling financially. And we can't just say, oh, well, you need to do the work. You need to help them self-discover why they're not doing the work, but they need to say the words. When you say something, it means something. When they say something, it means everything. And great leaders help people self-discover and become self-aware of where they're falling short, where they need to improve, coming up with their own plan, and then you ask for permission to hold them accountable. Hey, I believe this is a perfect plan. I really think you're going to crush it in the next 7 days. I know accountability has been the #1 factor in my life that has created success and wealth. Would you allow me to hold you accountable to this plan? Yes. And here's what happens, Jack. They either step up or they step out. And I'm fine with either.
Yeah.
I'm great, because I can't force somebody to be successful. I can't want somebody to be successful more than they want to be successful. But I can give them a plan. I can treat them like a human. I can help them self-discover what's best for them. I can hold them accountable, and I can let them make the decision whether they want to be successful in my environment or be successful outside of my environment, or not be successful at all.
It's that mentality where you want to be helpful, and you want to help them get to success, or you want to help somebody out of a bad situation. Let's just talk about, you drive through a beat down city, and you see all the poor folks. It just kills your heart. You see the homeless, and you go, oh my gosh, like, I want to put all that energy and effort and help all of them. When we try to help all of them, we end up helping none of them.
I love that.
So I think there's some similarities there. And sometimes we struggle with that, because we see so many people that come into our world that just have beautiful, like, we believe they're all in, the actions show it, they're incredible teammates. And then it's hard as heck to help them off the bus, because damn it, they're beautiful humans. And do you think they're doing anything bad to the culture, bad to the team? Like, we sit there and go, I don't think they are, but maybe they are.
Yes and no. It really is a fine line, and that's really where some emotional intelligence is required to be a leader. And you guys, emotional intelligence is built. It's practiced. It's rehearsed. And a lot of it is done through pain. We say stupid things, we do stupid things, but we have to learn from our mistakes. And so I've had people on my team that have really struggled, and now they're top producers on my team because in no way were they negative for our culture. The key to this, though, is everything that I just explained has to be systemized. That's why our agents never miss a one-on-one. From the very first time I meet with them, I'll say there's two things that are non-negotiable in my world. One is we are live in person at team meeting, because if you can't spend an hour with us, and by the way, it's way more than this, we're full-time agents, but I'm just giving them non-negotiables.
Yeah.
If you cannot attend a team meeting live once a week with the team that you're on, don't be on it. Because what that tells me is you're not proud of the team you're on. And if you're not proud of the team you're on, don't be on it. The second thing is we never, ever miss one-on-ones, period. And then I'll let them know I have 5 different coaches right now. And I'll ask them, do you think I meet these coaches one-on-one? And they're like, well, yeah, you pay them money. Yeah. And I'm like, you're damn right. What else would I be paying for? Like, would I just be handing over my money and then not meeting that person about my business? It's required in making money. And so you told me earlier that the biggest favor I could ever do for you is help you make money, correct? Yes. Then we don't miss one-on-ones. And so this built-in accountability, this built-in responsibility, these built-in check-ins, this is what allows people to step up and make more money or step out. It's based on values, cadence of celebrated accountability. Cadence of celebrated accountability will make all of the difference in your world.
Yeah, this is, this is beautiful. I have 2 pages filled with notes here. I'm going, my gosh, like it's just, I just take a couple things back and it helps me, helps my lid, it helps our team. I just love this, Justin.
Yeah.
So with your team, and maybe some things that can help, because we have a lot of individual agents that watch this as well and listen to it, and they need help because they're not on a team, and maybe they chose to be a single agent because, this is the thing you hear quite often. We get to hear quite often anyway. Maybe I'm an anomaly, but, oh yeah, well, I prefer to have my full split, like I just want it all. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I get that. Like if you can make that work and go produce, beautiful. Yeah. But how can we help them? Like, what are some things that a single agent can do coming into this business, or maybe they're a year into this business? I think the ones that are a year and 2 into this business that are struggling, they'll probably be gone here real soon.
Yeah.
The ones that did it before, there's probably the ability to make an adjustment. But it depends on the individual. But what are some things that can help them?
Okay, I'll give you an exact formula if you'll allow me, and it will take 45 seconds. Okay. And this is my personal belief. I am not trying to push my beliefs on anyone. So if you are making money and the exact opposite of what I just say in real estate, good for you, go for it. But if you are, it was probably earned. What I mean by that is if you have leverage now, and if you're showing up a certain way and you're making money without that full-time effort, it was most likely earned. So if you are struggling, you haven't earned it. And so here's 4 principles that I would stick to. Number 1, this is a full-time career, period. Full-time career. And if you gave it a full-time effort, 40 to 50 hours a week of undistracted, focused time, working on your craft, working on your skill set, putting in the office hours, training yourself, full-time effort, there's no way you're not going to make money. Full-time career. Next is fall in love with sales. All of the content that is going into my head right now is sales. It's about the discipline and the systems and the process and communication, building rapport, closing the deal. And here's the thing, almost 99% of it is coming from outside of the real estate industry. Learning a listing consultation or a listing presentation has nothing to do with sales. That is like the bare minimum requirement to even call yourself a salesperson.
Yeah.
Sales mastery is an effort to get better. And I'll tell you this, whenever my money shuts off, and it's happened a lot in my life where I started making a ton of money and I'm like, oh my God, here I am, multi-millionaire by the end of this year. If I do what I just did and I do that for a couple months in a row, my whole life is different. And all of a sudden my money instantly shuts off. It's because I thought I was good at something and I stopped doing what made me amazing, which was training, which was preparing, which was getting better. So first principle, full-time. Second principle, fall in love with sales, become a salesperson and be proud of it. And all sales means is a fair exchange of value. So what value are you bringing to the table? How are you upping your personal value, your value and your skill set, your expectation setting skill set? That's what sales is setting great quality expectations where people are like, damn, that sounds great. I would love to do that. Oh, it's that simple. But expectations are practiced and rehearsed and beat to death so that they become second nature. The third principle is build a team. I don't care if that team is your transaction coordination, a coach, a mentor. Stop trying to do it on your own. You guys get in the right rooms. And a lot of this, hell, do this. Don't even pay for it. Start consuming only content from people that you want to be like for free. That's your team. Stop letting anything enter your mind that goes against your goals. Stop listening to anything that is contrary to what you're trying to create. Build your own damn team if you don't want to be on a team.
Yeah, and there's rooms for everybody right now. You guys do a weekly mastermind or every 2 weeks. We do it as well. You might not align with us. You might not align with Justin and Spring and Joe. Okay, great. You might align with Tom Ferry. You might align with John Cheplack. You might align with somebody else. There's so much free content.
Yeah.
Build your own mastermind. Just show up. Yeah.
The greatest minds on the planet, we have access to all that information for free. And then we decide to scroll on the internet, you know, like, or scroll on social media or whatever. I don't think anybody scrolls on the internet anymore. Social media. The fourth principle is this, and I've mentioned it before, but take personal responsibility for who you are. Take personal responsibility for your emotional state. If you're feeling a certain way, it's because you made yourself feel that way. We have to take personal responsibility for our focus, our beliefs, our values, our thoughts. Man, if you want to change your whole damn life, change your thought process. But here's the problem with changing your thought process. There's only one way to do it. Discipline, end of fucking story. You have to make a conscious, disciplined effort to speak into your internal language what you want in this life. And that it requires discipline because you have been thinking the same damn thoughts your entire life. And to just think you can change that because you have a goal or you joined a team or you changed industries or because you want to make money. No, discipline is required to make sure that your thought process is in alignment with what you want in this world. And if you do that, you now become a Warren Buffett. And the reason I say that is this: he tap dances to work. He calls it, I tap dance to work kind of energy. He's 80 something years old, has more energy and more vitality than most people in their 20s. He drinks Coca-Cola almost exclusively. He eats at McDonald's every single damn morning. He is literally going against everything that we've been fed about energy and enthusiasm. But here's what he has. He's in alignment. He's in alignment. His thoughts are in alignment with his goals. His environment is in alignment with his goals. The people that he's surrounded by are in alignment. And if you do that, you have the tap dance to work kind of energy, and you have the secret to life because you're in alignment with what you want and not out of alignment with what you want.
I think you just said it there. I mean, I think we should end on that, but we won't. No, I mean, that's it right there. Like, if you guys, that's it. Those simple things. And sometimes the simple things are the most difficult things. So like, there's different statistics out there. I'm listening to Ed Milet. In fact, like they talk about the number of thoughts that go through your head. Some say between 60 and 85,000 on a daily basis. And if 90% of them are 91% of them are the same on a daily basis, well, shit, we're just going to end up being the same person every damn day, unless we discipline ourselves to find something that aligns with where you want to be, and then discipline yourself to change those behaviors, attitudes, to get yourself into that wherever you want to go, right?
Absolutely. I have a beautiful story about that. So I used to travel a lot. I would live in a city for 4 months at a time. I lived in San Francisco, LA, San Diego, Chicago, New York, Philadelphia, Miami, Tampa Bay. I could keep going. I've lived in all of these cities, and I would land, and within 24 hours, I was going to pretty much the same damn gym. I was staying in pretty much the same damn condo or house that I rented. And I was going to the same grocery store. It's like I changed cities, flew across the country, but guess what remained exactly the same?
The 90%.
Yeah. And this is why we get into relationships and we're like, oh, this one will be better. Nope. You're bringing yourself with you. Oh, you're changing careers. Awesome. You're going to be successful. Nope. You're bringing your thoughts with you. 90% of the thoughts that you think every single day are the same exact thoughts that you've thought since you were 7 years old. We are literal 7-year-old children walking around acting like adults. And if you want to become emotionally mature and step up at a highest level that you possibly can, it takes discipline. Discipline, and it is your beliefs, it is your values, but how in the hell do you change your beliefs? I'll give you it right now. Change your focus. You literally could change what you read today, change the rooms you're in, change the way you shower, change the way you work out, change the content that you're consuming. Literally, what you focus on becomes your beliefs. And in no way am I political, but we do not watch the news to get news. We watch the news to affirm what we already believe. Yep, that's why you watch CNN. That's why you watch Fox, because it's like, oh, yep, see, that's the way the world is. Yep. But all you're doing is watching people and things that confirm what you already believe. So if you want to believe something different about money and success, start consuming content of people that truly are fulfilled and successful. And that will start to change your beliefs. Number one thing that you could ever do, number one thing that you could ever do for your family, for your life, for your business, is start speaking the words of success. Your internal language determines absolutely everything about your life. And this takes discipline to speak these words into existence. And right now, Jack, what I'm doing is I'm building my voice. I am more powerful right now than I was last week. I'm more powerful now than I was 3 months ago. Like, if I had my old career, I could do that shit in an hour. And it used to take me 70 hours a week. And it's not from this new skill set. It's not from this coach I hired. It's that I'm building my damn voice. And I'm an insane person in my car right now. In a deep, powerful voice, I'm saying who I am. I'm saying what I'm going to create. I'm saying the father that I'm going to be. I'm saying the husband that I'm going to be. I am in control of my destiny because I am in control of my words. I am not going to say dumb shit like I'm tired or I'm overwhelmed. No, I'm just not good enough yet. Go to school. Go back to the discipline on the one thing that truly matters. What are you saying to yourself and what are you saying to others?
Yeah, I just made some additional notes here at the very end. I'm going, yeah, when I get in my car, I know what I'm going to start doing. Yeah, I'm going to be a lot more like Justin.
Be more like Jack.
Well, listen, I'm going to use what you shared with me to step into my power.
Man, and the biggest point I want to get across today is there's a lot of times that I'm a mess. I'm failing a lot. And what's really cool about my world, though, is I'm winning most days. Yeah. Guys, you don't have to win every day, but you have to win. And business ownership is no joke. Being a salesperson, don't be average because it'll be miserable. Be extraordinary and you'll have an incredible life. And to be extraordinary, you have to know how to win. I have a big, meaningful, powerful vision. And this is how I win today. 17 real estate appointments met by my team, and all my dreams come true. I have reverse engineered it down to a metric that I can control. I don't have a fantasy about success. I have a formula for success. To keep this team healthy as one of the most powerful real estate teams in the industry, period, end of story, 10 recruiting appointments met a week by me personally. These are things that I can control. These aren't saying I want to increase my production or I want more money or I want this. It's saying this is what I really want. This is the exact plan, and how I win today is this. And here's the key component. If I'm not held accountable to this, it's all bullshit.
Yeah, that accountability aspect and having somebody that you report to and then can help you hold you accountable, because you hire coaches that, you know, there's probably one or two that intimidate you a little bit, even though most people think that probably couldn't happen. But I think I know one of them, and I think I'd be awfully intimidated.
Yeah. And the other one you're probably not thinking of is my partner, Spring.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. She's tough. And we've been in business now for 3 years, but she was in my office when things were going bad. And if you want to know what leadership is, she sat in the chair right there in my office and tears were coming out of her eyes. And she said, Justin, how am I failing you? I was failing myself. I wasn't showing up. I wasn't keeping my word. And she didn't say that. She said, Justin, how am I failing you?
A true leader.
And you guys, I wanted to do good. I wanted to make money. I wanted this team to flourish, and it was, but I honestly just wasn't prepared. I wasn't prepared for how bad it was going to get, how fast.
Yeah.
And I had to prepare myself, and it was meant to happen. It was life happening for us. And here's the thing, now that we've navigated that, the next time it happens, and it absolutely 100% will, we are going to get through it so much faster.
Yeah.
We'll still go through it, but we're prepared. We are armed. And nothing about what we're doing is fluffy and fantasy and delusional. It is based in reality. It's based in numbers. It's based in data. It's based in hard decisions. And it is based and secured and grown in accountability.
I mean, that's it, man. I don't even know what to say. Like, I learned so much from you. Everybody out there, you should know that Justin is just this incredible human. They have a coaching business, that they're helping other agents out there, teams. They have a shadowing program. Like, you guys have all this stuff set up to help others. And yeah. I put my blessing on Justin and Spring all day long. But this is a meeting today with Justin. So I'm putting my blessing and my star of approval on this young man right here. He is a killer, an incredible human. If you didn't get that from today, then
when I get certain and I get loud, I'm usually coaching myself. So I don't want this to come across as any judgment to anybody that ever watches this. Like, I'm coaching myself at the same time I'm coaching you. I'm speaking the words that I need to hear. And that's why I get emotional. And that has never steered me wrong as a coach. That has never steered me wrong. What is the lesson that I need to learn? Because that's what I need to be teaching, and I need to be figuring it out with everyone else as well. So we're not this shiny, polished diamond. We are an absolute work in progress. And we understand that that's actually the fun and fulfilling and powerful part about being in the arena. We are in the arena. We are not outside of the arena saying, oh, I would do this, or I would change that, or I would do it so differently. That is the beautiful thing about leadership, is we're in it. And leaders get their heart broken all the time. But we get better, we move forward, we improve, we take personal responsibility. And how you do that right now is this. It requires 3 things: self-awareness, self-reflection, and self-regulation, which is discipline. And how you obtain this is this: what kind of leader was I today? Not how much money did I make, not how did I crush it, not what did I post, not how much money did go into my bank account, not how many deals did we close. What kind of leader were you today? You cannot lie to yourself about that.
Yeah.
And you put pen to paper. The next question is, what kind of leader will I be tomorrow? And now I'm texting people, I'm putting people on for one-on-ones, I'm changing standards, I'm having the right conversations. And then every day I'm becoming a more powerful leader. What kind of leader were you today? And what kind of leader will you be tomorrow will change your damn life.
I truly love this. Justin, I think we end there. Is there anything else you want to share?
No, we're on this journey together. We're in this together. It's not going to be easy, but it's going to be fun as hell. And I'm excited that I've now been introduced to your audience and contributing to your life. And Jack, thank you for contributing to mine. And consistency. That will create whatever you want in this world. And I love you all. And I had a lot of fun today.
Yeah, I'll take you up on a fishing trip someday. We'll go someplace and go hang sometime, right?
Absolutely. It'll happen in the near future, Jack, not one day, but someday. So
I love it. Well, Justin Nelson, I'm super grateful that you joined us today. If this resonated with you, if it made sense for you, like, share, subscribe, hit up Justin. I'll have his contact information there for him. Again, beautiful human, incredible coaching. You heard what he's about. And again, Justin, thank you for being here with me today.
So much fun, Jack. I appreciate you, your whole entire organization. It's a blessing to know you, man. And this is just the beginning.